right, so SNM clan matter table as usual based on to Paul. Man, when they give someone words like describe a particular person, well, I mean, it's how you feel, right?
You go to work.
All right, I beg, gist, I beg you plenty.
Get in.
Let's talk BBNaija. Let's talk BB Titans. Let's talk BBNaija. Let's talk BB Titans. Shaka my ring done come with the latest. Shaka my ring done come with the gist. BBNaija, BBNaija. Let's talk BBNaija.
Like, share, and subscribe. Yebo!
What's good, SNM clan? It's a boy Shark Ace. I'm back on a brand spanking new video. You guys, with the SNM clan, before we do, please subscribe
and tap on the like button, SNM clan. Please do not forget to tap on the like button. Thank you.
All right, thank you guys so much. Shout out to each and every one of you. Now let's begin. That reminds me. Yes, SNM clan, awesome stuff, right? Yeah, you guys can now post now community.
Yeah,
the community is now open. I mean, that's crazy. It's more of like when you go to our community post, you see most of our posts there, right? But this time around, even when you see that, you can now actually post your own.
You are eligible to now post whatever. Okay, not whatever.
Please.
But like post something that's interesting.
You understand, right? You can post your stuff. You understand? You can, post how you feel. It's about the whole community. If you saw something, or you can post it there, people can engage. They can see that. You understand, right? You can just, just vibe there,
If you see any gist and you want us to see it, you can post it there.
You understand? Yeah. If you want to call our attention to something, you don't actually need to wait for videos anymore. You understand, right? You can actually just come there and post your stuff and like say,
it's like X, like you're tweeting something. Anything that comes to your mind, you can just like post it there, right? And we just laugh and just there.
Exactly. Specifically for SNM clan members, right? If you want of course do that as well, you can simply subscribe, right? Amazing stuff. But please respect the community, please. I beg you.
Don't just post anything.
I beg you. I don't see person popularize our person. I
don't think you can even post like a video.
Yeah, no. You understand, right? But please, just do your stuff, right? Amazing stuff. Well, let's begin some plan. I don't know how you guys feeling about this, this whole reunion stuff, I don't know.
Day one for me.
Yeah.
I rated it a 3.
Yeah, 3 for me. I gave it a 5, right?
Even though like the whole CHINWE and Zion stuff, SNM clan. To be honest, it was interesting.
Yeah, it was. It was, but
it was just mild.
Some things can be really interesting from different people, right? But like I always tell you guys, what differentiates, those people are eyeballs, right? Our interest. You understand, right?
True.
CHINWE and Zion can literally be very, very interesting and reality gold, right? Yeah. But the eyeballs surrounding them, they're not pure, they're not plenty. You understand, right? So I mean, it's more like you won't really see one or two things, right? Wait is let's say it's Onyeka said one or two things, or WANNI did this one, or whatever this one, or Kasa and son. That's when see stuff, right? But I mean, yeah, right. But I mean, they did the stuff. They unpacked so many stuff that happened. But I mean, for me, this whole Zion stuff, man, I wasn't really. It was just one kind, right?
It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
Yeah.
Well, of course, Biggie, telling them, of course, to describe, a particular housemate with one word, just give them, just one word. That's if they show you a particular housemate, right? That's telling one housemate to just show this person this picture, right? Describe this person with one word. That's in a plan. And I'm like, all right. So, well, Sean said CHINWE is vindictive and spiteful.
Is she?
CHINWE.
She's spiteful?
Vindictive CHINWE.
I don't think so. Vindictive.
Spiteful CHINWE.
I feel like CHINWE is vocal and CHINWE can just, as sometimes I feel like she's annoying in a way that she doesn't like respect authority in the house. Yeah,
CHINWE can be very insensitive.
Yes.
You understand, right? CHINWE can be very annoying, can be very troublesome. But on the other hand, she might actually know what she's talking about, right? But CHINWE is the kind of person that can still provoke you without you provoking her. Yeah, she can provoke you.
Yes.
Yeah, she can just come for you and provoke. And she'll just come and, cause problem.
Yes.
You understand? That is CHINWE, right?
Yeah.
But vindictive now.
I don't agree.
I don't think so.
Spiteful.
Yeah, a mixture of that, yeah. Yeah, in a way, you understand, right? Ozzy said Chinwe is troublesome. Definitely, right?
She is
She is 100%, right? There's no argument about that one, right? Wanni said she doesn't give an F. Come on. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't want to hear anything about Chinwe, right? I thought these two are already like settled there or whatever.
No.
Yeah, really?
Oh, maybe not.
Yes, now they did. Didn't they? In the house, they still had a conversation, didn't they?
Not fully.
Or they didn't?
They didn't. They didn't.
All right, so crazy stuff. Well, Onyeka said Chinwe is a problem, right?
She is.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Shaun said Zion is weak-minded. Yeah, crazy. Wow. Zion is weak-minded.
Is he weak-minded or laid back, like calm? It's just dull. I don't know.
I mean, weak-minded. That alone, you have just put it that Zion is weak-minded as a man.
Yes.
You understand, right? That is
that sums up him from Shaun's perspective.
Shaun's perspective. I don't think is weak-minded. Weak-minded as a man. Probably Zion cannot really handle certain stuff as a man. That is crazy.
Do you think so?
I don't know. Zion can handle stuff, but it might be laid back, but there's certain stuff I need Zion to actually like take charge of. He might not necessarily do that. So in a way, for me,
but he's not weak-minded.
You don't think so?
A weak-minded person cannot be leeching at you.
A weak-minded person cannot be leech.
It takes guts.
Is Zion now tagged the leech?
It takes guts.
Zion tagged the leech?
For someone to be sucking you.
Zion tagged the leech. I don't know. This is quite unfortunate, but I mean, I don't know who made this a basic rule.
No, like he's not like
I
tag the leech, but I'm just saying that.
I get it.
Yeah.
I see no problem if a woman is doing something for her man, right? I don't see any problem with that, right? The only problem I see, you understand, is if, it's more of like, coming from that person's side and the other side is more of like, making it a responsibility for that person and the person more of like, let's do things together, you understand, right? But you are still laid back, and that stuff. That is a problem. That's why I find problem, right? Yeah. But if a woman is actually like, doing stuff, I don't know. I see that is it a basic rule that, it's always like, a man to do this, a man supposed to do that one. This, I don't know.
I don't agree with that.
Understand?
Even though I know normally men are providers, but
men are providers. We get that, right? But there
you can support your man.
Exactly. You can.
Yeah.
I mean, you can. Come on, you understand, right? So for Chinwe, I said it again that she didn't have a problem supporting Zion.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think
Chinwe never had a problem support. It wasn't difficult for her. In fact,
it's like a big deal.
You understand, right?
I don't think
she just felt that, at the end of the day, this guy was taking advantage, of her own, kindness, according to her, you understand, right? But in terms of people now, maybe shaming Zion because of how Chinwe was supporting him, I see no problem with that because, these two are actually in a relationship. They're together.
Yeah.
You understand, right? But for Zion now, he made it, a one-time thing that is Chinwe's, full-time responsibility without him trying to I don't know. But yeah.
But yeah, I don't even think he didn't do something to in the relationship. Yeah. But maybe hers was like more.
All right. Well, Tufa said Zion is confused. All right. So
yeah, we can say that.
Yeah. Chinwe said skip. Yeah. I don't want to hear that about Zion. Yeah, that's what she said. She said skip,
like a skipping rope.
All right. Yeah. Kesha said Femi Naoko. You understand, right? Femi Naolushu. Right? Femi is a prostitute, right? In case you don't know that. That's what Kesha said.
Oh, it's just like something he painted to us.
I don't know. Yeah.
What if that's not him?
That's my business. That is what he painted. Nobody waiting to go tell them as waiting concern me. Nobody waiting to paint yourself. I didn't go call you. Come on my side, please. That's what Kesha said, right? Onyeka said Femi is AMVCA outfits. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, I feel like that was my highlight.
That's crazy.
I swear I busted.
Yeah.
I was laughing. I was like, wow. I'm like, seriously, that his outfit, the S&M clan is nothing to write
That's
home
what
about.
Onyeka said, right? Femi, was one of the gods, one of the ancient gods. Right? Shaun said Nelly is two-faced. Yeah, this really caused a problem. Yeah.
Let's be honest. Nelly two-faced.
Nelly's two-faced, I beg. Nelly's two-faced now.
Is she?
Nelly's the same person
she's
that
just
had...
the poor person that doesn't confront people.
No. Nelly had a conversation with Cassia about certain stuff. Nelly went behind Cassia's back to go and still and be. Nelly does not have it. Nelly is neither here or there. Please.
But let's
Nelly
say
is
something.
two-faced now.
Coming from Sean.
Yeah. There's something like coming from Sean.
If Cassia said that now, I will understand.
Yeah.
But coming from Sean, and that is the only word you can use to describe someone at that point.
And Sean has his own dirty rag there, you understand, right?
Please.
But if Nelly being two-faced, I agree with Sean. But is Sean two-faced? Is Sean two-faced?
I feel like he's not two-faced, but he's like, he acts, there's a way he acts sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like let's say like WANNI and Shaun when they're having issues.
Yeah.
That's just how he acts, like he's not always at fault sometimes. But he can be. Even when he acted like he wasn't into Nelly.
Yeah.
But we knew that he was.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? But he acted like he wasn't. So I can even say that he's two-faced in that
exactly.
aspect.
So that might even still where the pain that might still be where the pain is like coming from. You know, calling Nelly two-faced because she no agree for you.
Exactly.
Because I mean, Sean, you're
not trying
Nelly
to like cover the whole thing and confuse. You cannot confuse me.
Understand, right?
Yeah.
So well, let us know whether you agree with this, right? Moses said Nelly is confused. Right? Crazy.
How, please?
Also got us to forget the issue himself and Nelly had that time in the garden when Nelly just came from nowhere. Ozzy and Femi were having conversation. Nelly just came from nowhere. Just bought markets.
I can't forget that. It was so funny.
It was crazy, right?
Yeah, unnecessary.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Well, let us know what you feel about SNM Clan. Well, a question of course was asked, I think Onyeka was asked a question, right? Of course, different housemates are asked, right? Onyeka was asked this, right? A question on what you'd have done differently in the house, SNM Clan. Well, here's what Onyeka had to say. All right.
I would have been thick. I would have probably not done too much. I would just, like probably have been fake. But me, I know if you be fake. Me, I go yam my thing. Anyway, anybody won't carry am. Anyhow, all I know is that the truth will always set you free. Learn that from me.
Amen.
All right, so you've heard Onyeka SNM Clan. Of course, what would you have done differently in the house?
Yeah.
Well, she said she would have been fake. You understand, right?
Yeah.
So it's more of like, Onyeka has just put herself in a spot where she cannot escape from. Now, if she says she would have been fake, then everything you saw in the house about Onyeka, that is who
she is.
Understand? That's who she is. Understand, right?
Yeah.
From the whole envious traits, the whole disgusting attitude, the whole stuff where person they wear short skirts, always, monitoring this person, just definitely.
Slut shaming.
Yeah, you go see one or two things with the soap. You just be watching that person. You backbiting that person, doing stuff, right?
That she would have dealt with Victoria. That Victoria was in the garden begging Ozzy for attention.
Stuff like that, right? Person we go they try fight person because of manana. Even when that manana, we know even you and that manana, you're not even together. You understand, right?
Potential.
Now, if she says that should have been fake, right? I mean, that is it, right? Now, if you said that, oh, that wasn't Onyeka, well, that means she was what? Fake. So pick your poison, you understand, right? So I mean, shout out. That's what she said, right? Should have been fake, right?
Yeah.
Regardless, at the end of the day, you do your stuff, you do you, right? That's what has happened. That's what she said.
At least she's enjoying life in, is it Rwanda?
It's not.
She's touring around the world.
She's not in Kenya. It wasn't Kenya.
I don't know if it's Kenya. I don't know where it is, but I know that she's not in Nigeria.
All right. So let us know what you feel about that amazing stuff. All right. So aside that, Zion, of course, had something to say. The thing is that when people want to say something, if it's very different from what you said during the reunion, I'm like, why didn't you say this?
Yeah, exactly.
Why didn't you say this at the
reunion?
All the time. You understand, right? You had all the time, right?
Yeah.
Well, Zion said this, right? That normally I have no business coming online to talk about my personal life, but this girl don't drag my leg too much. And for the sake of my people, let's break it down a bit. We met last year, as everyone knows, but who listens to you would think we've known each other for years. All right.
You people will spend time in the house.
Yeah.
Just 2 months and 2 weeks.
Yeah.
People will say you have spent 5 years in the house.
Yeah.
So please.
All right. So, well, the father said, saying I asked you to pay for one bill at the club is crazy. It's crazy stuff for real, though. What strip club bill in Lagos is 200K? Meaning, it's far, more than that, right?
290 something.
Okay. Well, then the father said, so my crime here was asking my girl to help complete a 900K bill. In other words, the bill was about 900. 900K. Normal, you understand, right? So he didn't have that much, right? So according to him, he told CHINWE, please, complete this, bill. You understand, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's saying, right? But I mean, when CHINWE said 200 and something K, you could have come up with the whole 900K bill now, unless you knew that when you said that, CHINWE will still come up and say that you are lying. Because this aftermath now, I'm yet to understand. Why are you coming out now to talk about now? Did you forget then?
I actually don't know the essence.
I don't know the essence.
Yeah.
I don't know how important this is again.
I don't know. Seriously, like. No,
you could have said it there. CHINWE, maybe they drag your leg on or two. Couldn't you stand? Now, this. You see the attributes of what Shaun is still stating. It's confusing. Because now he's saying that after changing over 300K just for her to spray on the strippers, and that's not the part of the club's bill. It's just a crazy man. Well, the father said again, right, that, but you never catch me yapping online. I'm just glad you've gotten to show me and the world your true colors on time. Let me be this.
Please.
What's this?
Please.
What's this?
What's this?
You're asking as if you don't know CHINWE.
I don't
understand which one is true colors on time. Waiting be this one again.
I spent and please, I don't want to.
You were in the house. CHINWE just came out on live TV talking about his sport. No, say that beginning on our true color. After everything, you still went and I still talk about true color till now. These people, they crazy.
Maybe she changes color every day. I don't understand. He's crazy.
I don't get this. Honestly, it's really crazy, right? Well, your father said here again, right, that I be at the club almost every weekend. But the one time I ask you to assist with a bill, the whole world must hear it. And saying I never took you out on dates is even crazier. LOL, because there's literally video evidence of multiple events, so I won't even address that one. Now, he said here lastly, he said, I'm not going to keep addressing this dead topic because anyone with a half cup of sense already knows what's going on. And since dating me was that bad, why didn't you break things off then? Even after I ended shit twice, you still cried to get me back. Now you're here talking shit. Now, wow. Well, all right. So
just have to say that.
Yeah.
Sometimes people know that some things are not good for them. They break up, they come back, they break up, they come back. So nothing is new.
All right. So what's going to let us what you feel about that? It's just a crazy what
I just felt like this thread is pointless to me.
Yeah.
For finish and for reunion.
Yeah. I just feel like they're just playing themselves.
Something, and this is not even the full gist. So what are we working with now?
All right. Well, this person said this, right? That how much did CHINWE spend on Zion so we can refund her collectively as a BBN community? She don't to disgrace the boy remain to go put her for billboard for Grand Square. That's crazy. So this person asking like, please, how much did CHINWE, spend on Zion so they can refund her collectively as a BBN community?
You're still insulting.
All right.
When you people pay CHINWE, now they have now transfer the mantle to you people to always insult him. Simple. That's it.
All right.
Someone wake up in the morning and say, yes, I paid your bills.
All right. Well, this person say, only one fan base on this platform, X thinks that Fave is entertaining. Other platforms, like FB, YouTube people, we're entertained and laughing. Onyeka here must rest. Their dirty girl is not pleasing to watch. I would rather watch you anytime, any day. Mother was well, I saying that only like certain fan base I always keep talking about that. It was only Onyeka, was the only entertaining person, stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, Onyeka, yes, was very entertaining. Onyeka, come on, Onyeka was one of the people that actually make tongues. I mean, tongues were wagging because of the baby. Yeah, I understand, right?
If not number one on your foot chair.
I mean, it's just crazy, right? Yeah. But this person said, big fan bases bore me sometimes. CHINWE and Zion's episode is not boring. Their breakup gist is very entertaining. The show doesn't revolve around your faves alone. But like I said, eyeballs are the ones that determine the outcome of your fave. You understand, right? If your fave have lots and lots of eyeballs, even if what they did was boring, the eyeballs will still watch. They will still stand.
Yes.
You know, if your fave, I know the kind of people that have enough eyeballs, even if they did heaven and earth, that was so person will no go watch them. They no go. Understand, right?
Yes.
So I don't know, it's just so crazy, but I mean, yeah, they were entertained with the whole, CHINWE and Zion stuff, amazing stuff.
It was actually funny.
Yeah, it's just funny.
It was funny that Ebuka almost fell.
Yeah, it was really crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, this person, of course, said this, about Sean, calling Sean, a foul mouth or wherever, whatever that is remaining on his mouth that looks like, an abandoned bush or whatever, for calling Nelly Two-Face. They're just dragging Sean right there. Why only call Nelly Two-Face or whatever? Well, I mean, it's just so crazy how things are, but between the Sean and Nelly stuff, well, I don't know. I don't know. Well, it is what it is. Anything else, please?
I was like imagining this scene where it's Nelly and Sean's turn to.
I hope they'll talk about that one. Hope they'll put that, right?
Of course they will, but I'm like, how is it just going to play out? Do you understand? Like, what was Nelly going to say?
Yeah.
What's Sean going to say?
Could it be the place where Nelly? Okay, I think that was Cassia. When they say, in case you forgot, my name is Queen Nelly, or what she said.
Cassia was like, idiot.
Idiot.
An idiot.
All right, so well.
But SNM Clan.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like today's episode is not going to be as fun too.
Yeah.
It might be Mickey and Femi.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know, SNM Clan, it's just what it is. I saw one about CHINWE still saying that this my baby can lie, What's it be that one again?
I saw that.
Are you not done? Are you not done in proper?
Like how? Like this my baby can lie. I'm like, to say they're still in a relationship.
So,
and now Zion is dragging you.
So now they do themselves, Sha. Well, I saw one, Ruthie was like saying that that's on period instead. Ebuka was telling DJ Flo that Ruthie, she was the conversation, this season. So Ruthie now responded to that and said, that's on period. I said, all right. So, well, Ruthie,
like,
saying that,
doesn't make sense to me.
Ruthie, they're saying.
Should have been there.
Yeah,
so you have no right to talk about this reunion.
Exactly. They're saying, Ruthie, you were scared. You were afraid to come because you had that defeat boss bottle for your head. Understand, right? In other words, stuff like that. Maybe
if you boss one bottle, you should go boss 5. Yes.
Well, I don't know. I just felt that, Ruthie, one of the reasons why Ruthie, in my opinion, she wasn't there is because she doesn't really trust herself. So that was not to paint herself as one kind person. Let me just avoid a certain kind
she
of.
Doesn't want multi-choice to enjoy. Yes. She doesn't want multi-choice to enjoy because come on now. See what multi-choice did to them.
Yeah, she doesn't trust herself, right? I mean, certain stuff she might just pull up and might be really crazy, right? But I mean, well, I don't know. Like I said, like Mary said, please don't talk about the reunion if we're not available, please.
I'm telling you because you robbed us.
Please don't talk about it, right?
Fun.
All right. So anything else on the table, please?
Nope.
Let's see SNM Clan. Let's wait for day 2 and let's see what day 2 is going to be like, right? It is what it is. We're running the drill.
Please, enough of the ad every 10 minutes. Enough.
Yeah. Just 30 minutes. All right.
9 minutes ad.
Crazy. Well, right in the drill. One more comment here. Let us know what you feel about this video. If you love this video, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And like that video, just share this. God bless you. Say thank you. You guys are the very best. You guys are awesome. Always remember, never to give up. Be the best at what you do. The success is guaranteed. Not option. Thank you guys. Peace. Check